exhaustion.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. The cats are all here except for one. Cal Dove will not be joining us this evening as she has some other stuff to take care of, but that's okay. We are going to continue with the shenanigery that is Random Ward, McAllen, Kiki Lee, and Calamex. Because, why not? I mean, it doesn't take much of an effort to have a TPK and, well, start all over, as they say. Enigma knows all about that in his one-shots, don't you, Enigma? Don't do that, Kiki. It'll stay that way forever. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Everything you need to know about us is down below in the About. I am still mucking around with different overlays. This overlay may change in the future. This was mostly to handle the intro, get us going, and everything else. But now that encounters will become more frequent and other activity, I want to try to change this up a little bit to make it a little bit more map friendly for either the battle cam or if you've watched some of my episodes before, I tend to use Tailspire quite a bit. And for a quick little peek at that, just booyah, Tailspire, booyah, so cool looking and all. It's a 3D tabletop, virtual tabletop system, which is really cool because you know what? You can make the minis move. Boom. Gotta love it. I do have a battle scene set up. Unfortunately, I forgot to set it up before I started tonight. Because, when you have a checklist of 25,000 things to do, you always forget something, because that's just the nature of the beast. So, hey, we have games every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Soon we will have One Shot Thursday back in August. It took a break in July, but it will be coming back in August. The Hunters Guild will be the continuing theme for our One Shot Thursdays, where you bring a level 5, 10, 15, or level 20 character for a one shot, and the event gets posted in our Discord, so jump on over into our Discord and get involved, because if you hit accept on the event, you'll be playing live in our one-shot for all the folks to watch. It's actually a teach and learn one-shot where it's mostly designed to help you learn the mechanics and the way that encounters and some of the other nuances of the game work. So it's definitely not overtly serious, but it's a great opportunity to do build mechanic tests on character types that maybe you've never had a chance to play before at certain levels. So it's lots of fun to give them a test run. And it's usually predominantly either a Tailspire event or a battle cam event, as I have a studio full of minis that I wish I could use on a more regular basis, but we are still in the online world. We also have games Friday and Sunday, and we got a couple. We got Calamex in the mix. Enigma, talk to us about what you do Tuesday afternoons.
What if I don't want? Hi, everybody. I'm Enigma. I play and DM Titans Revival every Tuesday. We bring together a group of crazy adventurers. Crazy is a nice way of putting it. People that make me lose my mind on a weekly basis, but bring an interesting story to the pattern. Please join us if you would like to see more.
Absolutely. And the previous episodes are down in our YouTube link. We do have previous episodes in our Twitch library as well. So there's plenty of ability to get caught up as everything is up to date. I think Skathos is maybe 2 or 3 episodes behind on Titans Revival. I'm going to get those sent over to him later on this week so he can get back to work on those. And then I believe Skathos' wife should be coming back in a few weeks as well, and Calamex or Enigma will be back up to a full party once again on his adventures. If you haven't watched it, definitely watch it. It's really cool. We have a lot of our co-creators and creator families down below in the About section, so be sure to visit them. If you can afford it, be sure to spend the Jeff Bezos money. He won't mind. Subscribe using the Amazon Prime. That way it's free if you're not already subscribed somewhere else. Otherwise, follow us, hang out, come on over to the Discord. We're giving away dice every week. We're also giving away miniatures every week, both to support players and storytellers. Starting in August 1st, we will be getting a 10% discount code from Viridian Dice for all of their plastic, resin, and acrylic dice, which happens to be about 70 to 80% of their inventory. So look for that. You got to be a Discord member to be able to get that discount. So be sure to join our Discord and take advantage of that in August. The last day of the promo, at the end of the second week, we will be sending that out to everybody who is either a follower, or if you become a Twitch follower or a Twitch subscriber, as well as sending out reminders so that you don't miss out, because I don't think we'll get another one probably till the holidays. So you definitely want to take advantage of that, because their dice choices are amazing. The dice that we're giving away this week are Sauron dice. The Eye of Sauron is actually inside the set of dice. It's really freaking cool. I am probably going to go ahead and order myself a set. I'm not even a dice goblin, but, you know, I'm surrounded by dice goblins, as they say. So, with that, even though Caldev will not be joining us today, we are still going to recap. Got my notes up, and all the fun stuff that is, well, in my notes. So the team has been officially, well, relatively officially formed. They have been fully indoctrinated into the Order of the Descendants. They each have even been given the opportunity to associate themselves based on need, requirement, and introspective concern or retrospective realizations, that they have each picked a descendant. Random picked Thomas Crapper, or Thomas Crapper picked him. Caldev picked Jane Austen. Macallan, Sherlock Holmes. Kiki Lee, Ragnar Lothbrok, which I think is going to be lots of fun to watch that play out. Talk about a duality of realities. And then Calamax got a really good one as well. Got a Nostradamus descendant. All of these descendants and their affiliations with the players are in their very kind of like beginning stages. These things will evolve, and the ability of the descendants will evolve right alongside our players as our players level up. Our players were kind of using some of the inspirations from the new Cortex rule set. I'm actually pretty much letting the play, I should say letting, I'm pretty much working with the players to build their own feats, features. They can either learn it in game, describe it however they want to learn it. We're also using some special mechanics for encounters as well. I'm introducing a new thing called the Faith Action, which allows you to, well, if you haven't used your move, bonus action, action, or your reaction, then during your initiative turn, you can use a Faith Action, where you describe something that you want to do, we apply a DC to it, and then we play it out. This is a kind of creative way I'm trying to maybe let encounters kind of move a little bit quicker. I know sometimes encounters can get bogged down, get a little bit slow, so I'm just experimenting with this. Death is a little bit more nuanced. It's a little bit more challenging. They experimented with it a little bit during the simulation with the laboratory, where they earned their right and test to become affiliated with the Unity Council and the Descendants. Where we last left off, our team had been fully integrated into the kind of corporate mentality of the Descendants, learning where all of the dormitories were, the cafeteria, the library, the largest library known to mankind, resides with the Descendants or the Unity Council. Also, Random Ward got an opportunity to test and take a look at the new vehicle that has been outfitted and customized for the team for when they go out and do their outlandish things that they do out in the outlands of the outlandish world. For those of you joining us for the first time, this is a 1920s alternate history themed campaign. We are utilizing some Cthulhu Madness rule sets, Cortex creative rule sets. the 5e, what I call the 5e core mechanics, blending them together by using this theme and kind of, giving us the ability to play basically any type of game we want. And right now we're playing a 1920s alt history steampunk kind of genre game. So with that, we'll say, Random, you complete your test drive and you complete your review of the truck. You now have full knowledge of all the truck's capabilities. The team had decided last time to travel to Thinville and track down information related to the capturing of one of the goblins of the Twisted Eye Assassins Guild. It was the team collectively that kind of figured this was the best approach. So with that, you guys are kind of about to take your long rest before getting started. Is there anything else you want to do before kicking off your long rest? Nope. Okay, good.
I'm
so
good.
with
I
that,
think I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah, so with that, your long rest is kick in, so be sure to reset your characters using the long rest rules. And you guys are now down in the main garage section of the Unity Council laboratories and engineering bays. And now the rest of you are being introduced to the vehicle that Random Ward has already been introduced to. As we described previously, it does kind of resemble almost kind of like an armored truck in appearance. Originally, it was just a simple truck that Random had, but now it's been augmented and transformed into somewhat of a nature of an armored personnel carrier. There is a machine gun cupola on top of the truck that can be brought down inside. The back of the truck has enough room for anywhere from 5 to 8 individuals, including all the standard ammunition, equipment, and everything that you would need to do your field work as well. So whenever you want to accomplish something, as long as the truck is within a decent, distance from where you're doing it, there will be certain things you'll have advantages on. You'll have access to equipment. It is stocked with medical equipment and medical gear of whatever Calamex's requirements are. Kiki, you are free to try to enhance it in any way that you want, although your engineering could draw suspicions, so you might want to keep that in mind when deciding how best to enhance the vehicle. McAllen, it is stocked with most of the latest equipment and gear for spying networks. And Random, the single most important thing that you had eventually asked them to do is to add a wired telephone system to it, so that when you are near telephone poles or telephone lines or telegraph lines, you can attempt to tap into those lines with this phone that you've been given that can be carted around in this truck. After reviewing the maps of the area of the border that you need to go to, where Thinville is located, currently you guys are driving on the main highway, Route 44, that is designed to take you directly towards the area where Thinville is located. You've already crossed through multiple checkpoints as you are now getting closer to a militarized zone. The front between Mexico and the United States, especially in the Southwest, strings along the entirety of the Rio Grande from the Gulf all the way to the Baja Peninsula. This is a very dangerous area. It's full of black marketeers, smugglers, military cordons. The occasional dirigible or airplane will be seen floating overhead, dropping bombs from time to time. As for all intents and purposes, all of you are now entering a war zone. Something else you were given by Agent 1045 is you each now have your Unity Council passport booklets. These are a combination of magical identity and magical protection books that, when given, shown, or interact with other either field agents or active descendants, this will either give you a chance to either earn some information, help, in-field assistance as well. Now, what we know of Thinville, based on our previous episode or session, is we discussed that the Twisted Eye Goblin that's currently being, well, manipulated by some mind flayer back in the Unity Council laboratory has divulged that it was intended to meet someone in Thinville. It was captured near the train station. And one of the agents down there, or two of the agents in the Thinville area, have gone missing. And there's some concern that maybe something else might be going on in Thinville. It would seem that there are multiple opportunities here to resolve issues. Currently, it is mid-morning. You guys are all on the truck, making your way southwest towards Thinville. Meanwhile, while you're driving, the steady sound of convoy vehicles traversing by in both directions. The highway seems to be heavily congested with military vehicles, as well as troop carriers, troop trucks. The equipment, while not overtly sophisticated for the 1920s, does bear some signs of augmentation. Some of the trucks seem to have some of the newer motors that are being used. The crystalline engines can be seen propped out above the hoods from time to time. Massive vehicles on the back of the train cars that you can see the railroad running right alongside the road, maybe about a half mile off in the distance. You can see these new things called tanks that have been put and are currently in the process of being transferred to the front. Very heavy trafficked area that you're currently in. It's mid-morning, traveling on your way to Thinville. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to try and rest a little bit extra to recover my extra exhaustion that I have incurred from.
Okay. How many madness dice do you still have? 2 or 3?
I think I have 2 right now.
Okay.
I think I used 1, so I might have 1 left.
So using madness dice does not get rid of them. The only thing that gets rid of them is a long rest. So if you had 2, you currently have 1, as you just came off a long rest. So you still have 1 madness dice left. Anybody else who had a D4 madness dice, you would have expended that over a long rest.
Seeing how tired McAllen is, I say I'm gonna try to drive as smoothly as possible, and then not drive smoothly at all, and then just like intentionally go over like just nasty bumps, and then just be like, man, this thing doesn't handle very well. I'm sorry, my man. I'm trying, but yeah, I'm just like.
Cal just looks at you.
So the tanks, we see them in view?
Yeah, they're about a half mile off to your right. There is a main rail line that leads into Thinville and then expands out towards the east and deeper into the southwest. One of the only reasons that Thinville exists is because it is a decent train junction that feeds that particular area of the war zone, both in material supplies and reinforcements. Once again, kind of making you wonder, this might be a good, junction point along the border for this type of individual to have snuck through at this point.
And it's just us at this point, right? It's not anybody from the organization. It's just our party.
Yeah, currently. I mean, there are 2 field agents that have technically gone missing. And that's one of the reasons why this seems like a good spot to begin with, because one of the agents was one of the ones that had originally captured and transferred the Twisted Eye Goblin to the Unity Council location.
Was that Dr. Tristan Waters, or is that someone else?
No.
Dr. Tristan Waters was Calamex's connection.
Okay, and he's the one where Yeah.
He's dead.
Are we trying to find his body or is?
No, we already know where his body's at. You told us.
Yeah.
So currently
we
we're
know where
parked.
it's at.
Are we parked at the area or?
No, you're still driving.
Oh, okay.
But wouldn't you want to examine the body? Or is that?
I mean, I would, but it's on the other side of the war zone.
It's too far.
No, it's just that we might die going through it. Because it is on the opposite side of this war zone.
So, do you know what those giant things are? Half mile over there?
Calamex looks out. No clue.
Are you pointing to
Are
the tanks?
Yeah. Are they alive?
I say I don't know, but I want one.
Pretty
Very
sure those are
badly.
machines.
Can I try to analyze the tank with my eye, even though it's like half a mile away? But I've got some.
Hey, Saint Stella giving us a raid today. How are you? Thanks for coming on over. We're just getting started. As soon as your eye kind of oscillates in the direction of the vehicles on the back of the trains, that you can see the train cars going by off in the distance, the network kind of kicks in. Sorry, mistress, we are having a difficult time getting an image of the objects that you are pointing at. Please whack the side of your head.
Oh no, my head! Ow! I have a headache.
That will do, mistress. The eye was slightly jammed. We can now see again. I believe these simple machines are referred to as tanks. They are machines outfitted with cannons and light machine guns with the intention of offensive capabilities. However, the mechanics and nature of the engines are unknown to us. We will continue to disseminate and organize the information as best we can.
Calamex is sitting in this bumpy, in his doctor's coat, and is just trying to read that other book on the time theory with magic. And he's just like, God, this is the worst driving.
Yeah, it's not
I've
it's not the best road in the world. I mean, the amount of heavy equipment that's been traversing here for the years or since the year that the front has opened along here, it's bumpy. You guys unfortunately are feeling everything.
Guess
Sorry,
that
guys.
explains why I have a headache, because it's a bumpy ride. Oh.
Driving as smooth as I can. I'm sorry.
Calamex looks at Kiki and opens up his doctor's bag, pulls up and goes, this should do it. And he gives her a bag, a small bag of white powder.
White powder. My friends love white powder.
Yes, this should help you with your headache.
What you guys got there? What you got there? What you got back there?
Medication.
Thank you, kind sir.
Hey, pass some up. Pass some up.
No,
This is what my friends call the good shit.
I'm not sure what you think I've given you.
Hey,
Do you
pass
not
it
snort
up.
it like this?
No,
No?
you put it inside put this in some water,
Yeah, that's
spin
how
the
you do
water
it.
around, and drink it.
Oh, it doesn't go up your nose.
No, this is not cocaine.
Here. I hand over like a $10 bill. Here. Use this.
I'm not a drug dealer. I'm a doctor.
Sorry,
Tomato,
this
tomato.
This looks like the same thing my friends back in New York City use all the time, and
Yes. Instead
My
of
mistake.
snorting this, put this in your water, spin it, and then drink the water. That's
Ah,
all you
yes.
need. It should
Thank
have
you, good
effects within the hour.
Oh, I've never tried cocaine like that, but I mean, if you say so, Doc.
Random, it's not cocaine.
Oh.
All of you begin to hear a very loud series of buzzing noises as a flight of airplanes and a rather large dirigible are coursing right over the main highway and in the direction of the southwestern front.
Oh, I want that too.
This is exciting. I'm gonna just stare out the window and observe the dirigible and just take in the sights.
Okay. So for the next hour, the drive continues on. Based on the maps and the information you have, you should begin to reach the immediate, like, outermost portions of where the picket lines and the guard posts are set up just outside of Thinville. Because of Thinville's location and their need to kind of like support the front line, it's not that it's locked down by the military, but by no means are people allowed to come and go without at least getting through some checkpoints. Eventually, by the afternoon, the train line has petered out to the far distance of the desert. Most of the truck convoys have gone off in different directions of the highway to feed into other connection points. You guys are pretty much the only ones on the road at this point. Travel a little bit further. About 1 o'clock, you come to an abandoned guard post. You can see where the guardrail, like those big metal arms that drop across the highway, is up. You can see where the two kind of like Qantas sheds on either side are empty. The doors are kind of flapping in the wind. And looking straight down the road at about a mile and a half is the initial outskirts of the suburbs of Thinville. A very kind of run down, kind of typical desert small town look to it. What would you guys like to do?
There are no agents there, right? It's again. I'm sorry. I'm just clarifying again. It's just us. It's just the party.
Yes, it's just you guys in the truck currently. Correct.
Okay. So
as far as you know.
I'm gonna approach the guard, or what's it called?
The Kwanzaa hut?
Yeah, the Kwanzaa, and I'm gonna say, wait here, guys. And I'm gonna park the car and then go outside and then check. Can I check to see if there's like any like vehicles following us or anybody watching us like through a scope or anything like that?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
So with the spying equipment on this truck is like something like a telescope, something that can have a good long range view equipped.
Yeah, you even have like a set of binoculars, cartography equipment. You have a mobile telegraph device that allow you to hook up to a telegraph wire to quickly send or receive information if you need to. There's code dossiers that you can use to help you communicate with other federal or state agencies that might be operating in the area. But that would probably require you to reveal more than you want to. But there are things that could help you if you needed them.
Yeah, so I want to... Yeah, I want to survey at the same time, like the horizon, and kind of sweep around and look for any like glints of, reflecting light, any movement of people, anywhere that looks like out of the ordinary that might be kind of like a hiding spot.
Hey, Pequin Questo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So here's what you could do. You can either help Random, or Random can help you, or you're each going to have your own perception checks before I reveal Random's perception. It's up to you guys.
You could roll.
So Random's going to help.
I'll roll separate.
No. I rolled already.
Yeah, I'll roll separate.
Okay. So what'd you get, Random?
I got 22.
22? Okay. McAllen?
So you want me to do perception?
Yes, please. With advantage because you are using a telescope. Or a pair of binoculars, let's say.
Let's see here. Well, both dice rolled 16, so that's a 22.
Nice.
Hey.
So with the truck currently parked, Random, you get out of the truck and you're beginning to check the Kwanzaa huts and the overall guard stations around you. Looking back up the highway and kind of panning the immediate area, there are no sign of the guards and there's no sign of any other traffic on the main highway. McAllen, as you kind of dip out of one of the armored shutters that can lift up and you pan the immediate area with your binoculars, you begin to look in the direction of Thinville. You can see no foot traffic or vehicle traffic whatsoever. There seems to be figures of some sort lying on the ground. There are pipes and steam and smoke kind of emanating up from the middle of town. You can make out, almost like small blue-like explosions going off in the middle of town. It definitely doesn't look okay. Thanks for the follow, Chaotic. Appreciate it.
All right. I'm gonna
I'm
set
gonna-
like oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna relay this information to everybody else that it appears that there's some kind of activity in town. I see what appears to be some blue-colored explosions. I'm not sure what they could be though.
Blue-colored explosions. How far?
Into town itself.
Can I ask to see and look with the binoculars?
Sure.
Can I have them?
Here you go.
Thank you.
As she does that, all of you hear a very strange whirring sound. Kiki, you take 8 points of damage as your eyes not calibrated for this kind of sudden, sudden bloom of visual perspective, and it nearly fries a couple of the wires that kind of delve back into your brain. You feel kind of cascade, and you pull it away. And then you hear the network in your head go, excuse me, mistress, it'll take us 2 to 3 minutes to calibrate your eye for the magnification of those binoculars. Please hold. And then there's a sense of a download into your brain. And then you put the binoculars back up, and looking, you can now see everything that McCallan just described to you.
Okay, so the blue explosions and stuff.
Yeah, they're like little puffs of...
They're happening right now.
In my mind, can I ask them if they can determine what is in those blue puffs? Are there certain chemicals or?
Calibrating currently, Mistress. We'll have the analysis for you shortly.
Okay, thanks. I hand the binoculars to either Calamex or Random. Anyone want to see?
Alamex says, "I'd rather not," and takes off his doctor's coat, puts it back inside, and have you guys explained what you guys have saw to him at all, or no?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, McCallan
McCallan
verbalized
did.
everything. Yeah.
Ellen did.
He goes back inside, grabs his doctor's bag, and out of the bag, you guys see that 1911 again from before, and he cocks it, loads it, and puts it in his side piece, and just waits. He's like, "Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have fun while we're here."
I'm gonna kind of walk off 30 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, I found something over here."
I eagerly run over.
And
So when you say you walk off 20 or 30 feet, Random, in what direction? Away from the guard shack towards town, or what direction are you going?
Off in away from all buildings.
Okay, go ahead and give me a dex save, please.
Woo!
Sniper's paradise.
Oh gosh.
16.
16. There's a clicking noise underneath your foot.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
You watch as Kiki stops short. Kiki, give me a dex save.
Ooh, okay, that's good. 22.
You see a metal pin sticking out of the ground that you almost stepped on. You can see that Random has stepped on a metal pin. The two of you look around to see a sign that has fallen over, and the sign says, "Warning, minefield."
Nice.
Random, I think we should hold back and go back to the vehicle to preserve our lives.
He's stepping on a mine.
I think it's too late
so
for
who
me.
moves?
Oh.
I wanna.
I take out a cigarette.
Am I seeing this all go on?
Oh,
Well, yeah, because you've got the metal of the metal shutter up from the armored car, and you're kind of watching this. Kiki is out there, just about 10 feet short of Random. Random's got his foot down on something.
on it.
Yeah.
Can I use? I'm gonna use Mage Hand and have it the hand go on it while he backs off.
The mage hand is corporeal, but it can manage up to 10 pounds. Go ahead and give me a quick insight check.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. 10 plus 3. 19.
19. Now give me history with advantage.
Ooh. 19 and 20.
The network in your head goes off. Mistress, as a reminder, your friend is currently standing on a pressure plate of a mine. It is designed to be triggered with the average weight of 120 pounds or more. Unless you plan on
120
replacing that
pounds.
weight with 120 or more pounds, the trigger result will be set off.
I
Okay,
want to run out and I want to look for like a long metal pole or
Stay
something
right there.
like that.
I'm also gonna run back to the vehicle and see if we have any heavy objects that we can
Okay.
disposable objects.
So Kiki, give me investigation. McAllen, go ahead and give me investigation as well.
Okay.
Random's just standing there with his foot,
Ooh.
puffing.
Good thing my investigation's +7. 19.
Yeah, I rolled an 11.
Yeah, you don't see any metal poles
Yeah.
around. Most of the equipment that you see here is very simple, kind of maintenance equipment. However,
Nothing
Kiki,
heavy?
Kiki, you see hanging underneath the armored vehicle that you guys have been traveling in a series of spare heavy armored plates for the vehicle itself. They seem to be connected underneath the main carriage of the vehicle. They look to be about 50 pounds each, and you currently have 4 of them.
Okay, Calamix McAllen, can you help me carry these? I'm very weak physically.
Would I know
Calmex.
anything about how to deactivate a mine like this from my days in the war? Or, at least mitigate damage or something like that?
Why don't you just wait? Like,
No, I'm just saying, like, if I know a way to, like, deactivate it.
Elmax looks at you and goes, I'm not stupid enough to walk into a minefield.
It's fine.
He's not that far off.
Just walk on.
He
Just
stepped
come on
the
over.
thing.
Just
Yeah?
come on over. It's fine, Doc.
Well, just
Yeah.
don't.
I've seen those injuries. I'd rather not have them.
How far off is he? Did he get? How far off did-
He's about 30 feet outside the main area
30?
of the guard shack. Yeah.
And you're 20 feet out.
Do I by chance see the sign that was fallen over?
Yeah, you do see where the sign is. You can also see where a series of barbed wire, roughly 6 inches in height, has collapsed in on itself. And now you're beginning to see the very edge and what you believe to be this minefield. You can see where Kiki is 10 feet within the minefield. You're right at the edge. The Kwanzaa hut and main road that passes through the 2 points of the 2 Kwanzaa huts as a guard station is only about 10 feet off of that location. So there was 10 feet of no minefield and then suddenly boom, stepped right into it. I just rolled a natural 1 for the first one.
Oof.
Okay. So I want to grab the sign and make my way through over to where Random is.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I want to slip the edge of the sign under his foot and stand on top of the post itself to basically leverage my way on top of the mine.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a deck save because you're going to have to go through the minefield to get to him.
Ooh, that is a 21.
You avoid the first 2 that you can see the little metal pins sticking out. You're now alongside where Random is. You're beginning to kind of put this whole contraption in order. Give me a sleight of hand with advantage because you're using tools to help you do this.
That's a 23.
Okay. Random, you feel your foot begin to come off the trigger. McAllen, you have replaced the weight.
Oof.
I look at him and say, "What now?"
As they're doing that, Calamex is setting up a table so he can triage whoever gets blown up.
Fair enough. There is a side gurney on the side of the truck that you just flip some metal latches and you pull out a kind of metal attached table. The legs automatically drop down. The locker is right next door to it that allows you to get to some of the basic equipment that you might need. This is a field truck, guys. This thing has everything you need.
Okay, I look to random and I say, make your way out of here, friend.
You're gonna stay here.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it down. Basically,
plan?
like. So the plan is,
we can replace McAllen with heavy stuff.
I tell him, you make it out of here, and I'll figure out the rest.
Can I freeze?
No, I got it. You should go. You should go. I have an idea.
You're standing on top of the mine.
Yeah,
I have leverage. I'm not directly on top of the mine. If you want to risk yourself, buddy,
I mean,
you
you're
can
gonna
make your way this way.
He's still gonna be in the like explosion range, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my
Have any of you ever been blown up by a mine before?
is either
No,
I
I don't
wait
know.
for somebody to place something
I know
heavy on top of the
Galvex
mine,
has.
or I'm gonna hit the dirt as soon as you're out of range.
Not Calamex. Enigma.
Would this
Enigma
plan
Enigma
work?
has.
From my
Yikes.
understanding of mines in the war, would his plan work?
It has a good chance of success. It's going to minimize things, but your
Okay.
success is based on the thought of resisting the worst effects.
Can I
Okay.
freeze it?
But he'll still take damage. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. I'm gonna say Okay. Why don't we switch space? Why don't we switch spots?
What happens if you try to freeze it?
I look at him and I say, switching spots wouldn't help anything. I'm using my extra weight
Hmm.
as I look at his puny stature compared to mine.
Can I do
and
something
say,
while they're doing all that?
Yeah.
I cast Unseen Servant
Okay.
and I send it out and I say, go stand on that mine.
Okay, so does an unseen servant have weight?
Yes, it has
Yeah,
10
that's
pounds
good.
of pressure.
It's
The
10.
Yep, just like a mage hand.
So Kiki, as you see the unseen servant come by, you are reminded, based on the network, that will not be heavy enough for the trigger.
I'm going to... Once, is Random stepped off of it yet, or no?
how much can an unseen servant carry?
50 pounds. Really?
Okay, well, if the Unseen Servant carries 50 pounds and then my hand presses on his head with pressure, then maybe...
No, that's not enough. But I was just wondering if
I
you
was
could carry
gonna
a plate.
say,
All right.
can I try to
run?
freeze it with cold?
Can I run? And tackle McAllen to the ground. Whatever your plan was, just like expedite it.
Oh, actually,
Well,
it's
So,
Okay.
so I'm
20.
planning to use my weight and leverage it across his bar to be
Go
enough
tackle
weight
him.
to
I'm
not
gonna cast Ray of
set off
Frost
the
on
bomb. And then,
it's
like,
actually,
basically,
So-
as soon as
So
you're
is
out
McAllen
of the
and
way,
random? So
hold on.
okay,
It's 20 pounds of pressure, not 10.
right. It
Still
needs
not
to be.
enough.
It needs
Still
to be
not
150 pounds.
100.
I
I
know.
thought you said
It has 10 pounds of pressure, but I'm going to tell it to hold what McAllen is holding in, so it holds down the thingy.
The trigger.
Oh, like a leverage, like a
Yes.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
You multiply the weight.
So we're actually going to have a couple things kick off here. Random and Callan, finally understanding what they want to do, they begin to create the fulcrum and levering system on the trigger directly. The invisible servant comes over to kind of almost like assist with additional pressure. So the trigger itself can be taken care of without requiring the full weight of the person who triggered it. You could potentially jam the trigger. So with that, McAllen, give me a sleight of hand with advantage because of all the assists that are going on.
That is a 22.
22. The DC was a 21. You feel the metal bar jam into the base of the trigger. The trigger kind of bends over, and then as you take your foot off, the trigger does not drop down. It seems to have been jammed by the bar.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I'll look at random and I say, now let's slowly make our way out of here.
So for everybody else who's out there, because Kiki, you're still 20 feet into the field, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So Kiki, McAllen, and Random, all of you give me perception checks really quick. Calamex, your invisible servant comes back to you after completing the task.
19.
19.
10.
Okay.
Yes.
15.
15. Kiki, the network and the eye kind of whirs, and then suddenly there's a three-dimensional image cast out in front of you. And you watch as there's about 50 mines immediately all around you, but you manage to use this image that the network has given you to begin making your way back, and all three of you are now back on the main highway tarmac, back in between the two Kwanzaa huts. You're watching as Calamax is over by the truck. Caldev is sitting up in the cupola holding on to the handles of the giant machine gun, just sweating bullets.
I reach a hand over to McAllen and say, thanks, friend.
How about next time, try to drive a bit smoother, buddy.
It was the road, but I'll definitely put in more of an effort. What was your name again?
I think Random
Starts
uses
with
too
an
much of
F and ends with a U.
I think Random uses a little too much of his own product.
Maybe. I don't know what you just said, but you could call me Dummy. And
Alex starts putting away all the equipment.
I
Okay.
offer him a cigarette.
I take it. I'm jonesing.
I know.
Caldev looks down at the four of you. Can we go now? I'm getting a bit nervous that we're out in the open too much.
I did
I
find
agree.
something though. And I'm gonna kind of go back on the road that we drove
Oh
on
my god.
that I know is safe. And say, I saw something here, and then I motion for folks to come over.
Okay. Caldev stays up in the machine gun cupola.
Caldev, you could stay. Caldev, just stay there.
Okay.
You're fine.
I walk over cautiously.
Okay.
I don't walk over to him at all. He annoys the living crap out of me.
I'm gonna stay at the car and watch.
Okay. McAllen comes over.
I-
The other two stay over by the truck.
When McAllen comes over, I say, so how are you feeling about all this?
Well,
We don't have to do this.
you know, this seems like a type of thing that's probably bigger than both of us. Obviously, this is not my first rodeo, but there's some big stakes, and I don't typically back down from a challenge.
Sounds good. I don't know if the car is the safest place for us to just talk. But that's good to know. Let's do this.
You guys watch as McAllen and Random come back over. Random jumps
I see.
into the driver's seat.
I say it was just a poop. It was a big horse poop.
You guys hear the truck start
Well,
back
that
up.
was a waste of our time.
Driving through the abandoned or at least empty guard posting, you continue into the suburbs of Thinville. As you begin to reach the outskirts of it, you immediately drive by a skeleton lying on the ground. Then another, then another, eventually another. There's a cordon of trucks off to the left, about 20 of them parked, all military. You can see off to the right a series of bivouac encampments that look to be military in nature. In the very center of the town, there's a series of pipework connected to some kind of device on the roof of one of the buildings. You can also see great, like, illuminated balls of electricity kind of exploding around you. Let's go ahead and switch. See how many cameras I got right during the initial setup. I got Calamax right, and the rest are wrong. Well, I got it almost right. I got it almost right. I just got to fix one of them here real quick. We'll get random moved over to his. I will eventually have mastered this. Of course, I forgot to do it earlier, so. And with that, I will
So
fix.
bear with us.
I will fix that in a moment. Let's bring that up.
I drive much smoother. And I just talk about how big that the horse poop was. It was freaking massive. It was unbelievable.
That will be where you guys are currently at in the center of town. And there are skeletons splayed out kind of in all directions. Let me go ahead and fix random really quick. Would be the wrong one. There he is. There we go. And currently what you can see off to the right, you can see where the bivouac tents are. The pipe running through the center of town. Probably the oddest thing you see is a massive cannon of some sort up on top of one of the buildings. And then you can see two rather grisly looking figures hand cranking a massive wheel on top of one of the other houses with these electronic sparks kind of sparking off these copper diode poles. There's wires and cabling running everywhere. And there's a strange kind of like acidic smell coming from some of the leaky pipes that you can see kind of around your immediate section. The truck is parked off to the side of the road, so it is nearby. What would you guys like to do?
Do I recognize any of these like apparatuses, like any of this piping?
Give me a history check.
That's a 9.
9.
That's not gonna do it.
Not, I mean, other than looking like maybe simple kind of pipeworks used to transfer either fuel or water, doesn't look anything more than that to you. As far as the diodes and items that are sparking with this kind of like pulse of electric energy, they definitely do not look familiar to you. And whatever that thing is up on the roof definitely looks strange.
I'm gonna go to the armory in the car, and I'm gonna take out greatsword. Do I have greatsword here?
There is a melee weapon locker. Opening it, there is a longsword, short sword.
My,
oh yeah,
your Tommy gun.
Your Tommy gun. Yes, your Tommy gun is in the firearm locker within the vehicle.
Okay.
That's right. It just says great sword.
Yeah, it says great sword on the side.
I forgot about that.
But I take out my boy, and then I just check the perimeter, make sure that everything's okay.
Give me a perception check.
22.
22. Other than the two strange creatures, there doesn't seem to be anything else moving here. There are incinerated skeletons splayed out in many different areas around you. Other than that, the place feels abandoned. There is a steady breeze kind of coursing through over the tarmac and through the town. And you can hear a gentle kind of like moaning and struggling sounds coming from the two creatures on top of the building.
Can I check the skeletons? And I figured the way they died is some sort of evisceration or incineration, but I would like to see if I can glean anything further.
Go ahead and give me... Well, you can either give me investigation or medicine. I'll leave it up to you.
Medicine. You know me.
I know.
The medical man.
You know me.
I'm going to guide myself as well.
Okay.
So I'm putting on my glasses, and the yellow sheen of my glasses shine. That's a 10 plus a 4. It's 20.
20. For the most part, the massive burns and charcoaling are quite obvious. It's definitely the result of a major incineration, but the striations and the way the bones are fractured, it appears to be due to high intensity electricity as well. It's possible they died of electrocution. But
To this extent?
yeah, it's strange to the point to where they were fractured, burnt, and incinerated all in the same kind of moment.
Have I heard of items that could cause these type of wounds?
Give me a history check. Meanwhile, I need everybody to make an intelligence save, please.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
So for a
16.
total of 26.
Okay. What'd you get random for your intelligence save?
16.
Okay.
16.
Kiki?
I got 13.
Okay. McAllen?
I rolled a 7.
McAllen. So random, Kiki, and McAllen all take a D4 of madness. Calamex, what'd you get on your intelligence save?
Got a 17.
17. Okay, you just barely made the DC check. All of you can hear a slight cacophony of disembodied voices kind of sweep through the area, encapsulate you for a moment, and then just kind of pulse out. You also notice your passive is high enough. You notice the electrical diodes all kind of flare brightly at the same time that you hear these voices.
Can I use my... Oh, by the way, did I ever find out what was in those blue puffs when I looked through the binoculars?
The
thing
network has
told
not
me-
gotten back to you yet.
Really? Oh, man.
It doesn't look like these little electric bulbs.
What it looks
Do
like.
these electric bolts look familiar? Like, are they the same electric bolts that we saw back at
That would be an obvious yes. They look exactly like the ones you saw back in the lab that was the simulator.
Okay.
Calamex, the only thing that you know of that might be able to do this, you know that Al Capone was involved in a transaction of something called a flamethrower, an experimental device that shoots out both a liquid and a gasoline propellant designed to incinerate things at very high temperature, but it doesn't explain the cracks and striations in the skeleton. You're not entirely sure what could have caused the very physical nature of their bones to kind of like fracture and crack apart.
The creatures up top, do we have a good look at them?
Do they seem to notice us?
They are not paying you any attention. They seem to be intent on just turning the wheel.
Ah. Does my eye know what they are?
The network
kind
goes, Mistress, as far as we can tell, they seem to be common male terra firmans.
Oh. Are they green like in the
They seem to be suffering from a form of decay that we are not familiar with.
Oh.
Those are zombies.
So I'm gonna say those look like dead men, but they're moving.
I believe the
Isn't
humans
that a
call
hoot?
this zombies. Yeah, there's many depictions of it in these films that we were talking about before. The motion pictures.
Oh yes, I've seen many a motion picture.
Many
try to get
an
their,
emotion picture.
Should we try to get their attention?
One of them movies.
The movies.
Well,
You watch as Kelida swings the machine gun in the direction of the two creatures. She seems very kind of nervous about them.
Out what's wrong with you? Why are you aiming at these men?
Well,
I
I
haven't done
mean,
anything to you.
they're
I-
dead men.
well, she kind of like,
Dead have been used in many ways.
well, yeah, but they're Calamex, they're zombies. You know what zombies
Okay.
are. I mean, they're inherently bad, aren't they?
They're not inherently bad. What they are people who someone has arisen these creatures for a specific purpose.
Oh,
Whether
made them.
that made them, resurrected them, it doesn't matter. They were made for a purpose, and the purpose seems to be to turn the wheel.
She
Are
slides
we
the
gonna-
bolt back, but tilts the gun slightly up and out of the way. Fair enough, but we have history with them, Calamex. You know where we're from.
Yes, but you have history with them.
Mm.
I specifically do not.
Oh.
So
Well,
are we
lucky
gonna keep
you.
letting them turn the wheel?
Should we stop them? I don't know. Can I perceive if the wheel's powering up the lightning thingies, right?
Based on what you're seeing, don't really know, but go ahead and give me an insight check. See if you can start putting this together.
15.
Okay. After a few minutes, you guys kind of all keep an eye on things. There does seem to be a kind of a symbiote kind of relation to them turning the wheel and the electrical lights pulsing at the same time. You also begin to notice that there's a rush of noise coming through the piping as well. And then suddenly there's that familiar crescendo of disembodied voices. And then I need everyone to make intelligence saves, please.
I don't like this. I'm going to take the shot, if you guys don't mind. Oh, that one. Jeez.
Nat 1, random, you get another madness dice.
24.
And I need you to roll all your madness dice, please. Kiki, you do not get a madness dice. You're okay. McAllen, what'd you get?
11.
You get another D4 as well. Calamex, what'd you get?
Surprisingly, another 17.
That's
so
just the
plus
DC. So yeah, you avoid it
Whoa,
as
lucky
well.
you.
All right, random, roll
Ooh.
your D4. Let's see what happens.
2 and a 3.
2 and a 3. Memories long forgotten. Suddenly, all of you watch as Random whips around his Tommy gun and starts to randomly fire in all directions.
Randomly
He
fire.
is yelling at the top of his lungs. They're over there! They're over there! They're fucking everywhere! And he's just... I need you to roll a d20 with disadvantage, please, Random.
Oh my gosh.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Doesn't random always roll and shoot randomly?
Stupid. But
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Nat 1.
wait, how far away are they?
Did you roll another nat 1? You guys,
What? Are you kidding?
you guys watch as just
I
as
hit
it
the
begins to
deck.
fire, the initial round comes out. There's a flare of sparks as the gun
no.
jams and explodes in Random's hands. Random,
Come
you take
on.
18 points of force damage as your gun
18?
literally comes apart in your hands.
Yeah. Wait, how far away are they? Are they within 60 feet of me?
They are roughly about 60 feet away from you right now, unless you want to get closer.
Can I cast Ray of Frost on wheel?
On the wheel?
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a d20.
Okay.
I see what
Do it.
Random's doing.
Ooh,
Stop the wheel.
19.
Okay. You guys watch as Random begins to fire blindly and his gun explodes in his hands. He is now on the ground, prone, kind of holding on to his head as he's just experiencing these insane images and these sounds coursing around him. He seems to be in... Calamex, you recognize this condition. It's almost as if he's reliving a moment of being in the trenches back when he served. Kiki, you blast off a ray of frost at the wheel, striking it. Go ahead and roll for damage. McKellen, what are you doing right now?
That's a good question. This is a lot of chaos.
Ow.
Isn't it always?
I'm going to run over and try and do a medicine check or something like that to help Random.
Okay.
Ow.
5.
Go ahead and give me a
Cold
medicine.
damage and speed. reduced. Speed is reduced.
So you watch as these zombies suddenly stop turning the wheel. It's all covered with ice near the main mechanism. You watch as the
And
wheel...
then 5 damage.
Yeah, and you see some cracks and fractures in the wheel. The diodes kind of dim, but the zombies don't know what else to do other than keep pushing and keep pushing. After a few minutes, the ice kind of cracks and falls away, and the wheel goes back to being motionary, along with the zombies kind of pushing on these handles. McAllen, what'd you get for your medicine check?
Mm-hmm.
9.
Yeah, he's having some kind of hallucinogenic response to something. You're not really sure what it is.
I look at McAllen and I say, "Don't touch him. He can lash out at you." And I start approaching Random slowly.
And
I
Calamex,
say-
your passive would be high enough, your passive perception. You can see blood is running from his nose, his ears, and the corner of his mouth. You recognize this as a almost like a brain injury or brain trauma injury. Something has both... He definitely took some outside damage from the explosion, but you get the feeling that there's something else going on here as well.
I go towards him and I look at him. Has he ever referred to himself of what rank he was when he was in the military?
I
Or
don't believe he has.
Can I tell by his demeanor?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, that's not bad. 16.
His physical prowess and his kind of obvious lack of morality and his seemingly comfort with being in the kind of like the underworld, similar to you, but different kind of realities, right? You're a bit more of up here and he's a little bit more down here. He definitely saw the grunt work. He definitely saw frontline activity. He definitely saw... he definitely pulled the trigger.
Okay. I look at him and I start thinking about military ranks, and I go, private. I think they're called private. Private Ward. Private Ward. Attention.
Hey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stand down.
Yes, sir.
Give me intelligence save with advantage, please, random.
13.
13. He seems to calm down a little bit, but you notice that both his pupils are blown out completely. He is in a deep, maddening, hallucinogenic state right now.
I look at
All
him
of
and say,
you
"Private Ward."
begin to hear moaning sounds emanating from all around the town as
Ooh,
dozens of these creatures begin to just walk into the immediate area, out through doors, crawling through windows, coming from around corners. I need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
So we need to stop those
Oh,
dead
God.
men.
My dice are just trying to.
Oh,
They're rolling well to begin with,
That's-
and now they're just trying to kill me.
You telling
got-
me, buddy?
I don't even like going first.
I got
But I got
7.
a 20. I got a 27, so I think I'm gonna be first.
Yeesh.
But I don't like going first. Oh, what is this?
All right. 25 through 20.
I got 27.
27 for Kiki. Look at that. And
9
19 through 15. Ooh, this ain't good. 14 through 10.
Oh, right.
9 through 5.
9.
6.
9 for Calamex. 6 for McAllen. What'd you get, Ward?
It appears he's AFK.
Oh, okay. I will roll for Caladub because she is on the heavy machine gun. She got a... She will actually get a 17 and go before Calamex. Did random come back yet?
7.
Yes.
7. So you are just a sconch above McAllen. Kiki, you are up first, and then the zombies are on deck.
The zombies that are spinning the thing.
No,
All of the zombies.
all the zombies that are currently walking towards you.
Oh, how many are walking towards us?
I would say right now you can see about 9.
Okay. Let's see. How far away is the first the how far away are they? Like pretty close? Yeah, they look pretty close. Okay, is that sassy looking thing a zombie?
This?
No, the other one on the right?
Yep.
Behind Calimax? No, the one behind to the right. Yeah, that one.
Yep.
What's this? Is this one of the? Was that one of us?
Oh, that's Cal. Yeah, that's Caldev. She's supposed to be in the truck.
What about that green thing in front of her?
That is Calamex right there.
Oh, Calamex is green too. Confusing
Oh, no.
me. Okay. I'm going to the one next to the ladder.
Okay,
I'm gonna cast fire bolts on it.
go for it.
Does a 15 hit?
15 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Barely. We're such low level though. Okay.
15.
It takes 6 fire damage, and
Go ahead and give yourself an extra D4 of damage because it is vulnerable to fire.
Ooh. 3. So, what did I roll before?
6.
6 plus 3, 9.
9 points of fire
9
damage.
fire damage.
You guys watch as Kiki firebolt comes out of her hand, slams into the chest of the creature. Flesh, bone break away. It staggers underneath the blow. Stays on its feet. Anything else you'd like to do, Kiki?
I am going to probably. So there's none on that side, like where the cactus is.
There are
I'm gonna
two.
run-
There are 2 over here. There's 2 behind
Oh.
you.
So we're surrounded. There's nowhere I can really run to take cover.
Oh, you could
Right.
always run to take cover, but yeah, they're pretty much coming from all around you at this point.
Okay.
Except the ones on the roof are not reacting. They're just continuing to do the mindless grinding
Yeah.
of the wheel at this point.
So I am going to walk closer to Calimax and just be like right next to him.
Okay. That will finish your turn. The zombies are going to go next. One moving in base with Calimax. There.
Dang, he just cleared that.
No, he just barely cleared it. He got it right there. I just wanted to get him over it.
No, he did the what are those called?
Are they making any sounds? Are they speaking? Are they saying anything?
They are pretty much not making any noise other than just kind of like a low moaning sound.
Okay. They're not going like brains or anything.
No, they are not Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh yeah.
All right, that will... Okay, so I've got 1 in base with Calimax. Calimax, go ahead and give me a con save since 1 is in base with you.
Oh, con save. Stinky breath.
20.
20. A kind of like pulse of green, kind of like gas emanates off of it, crashes into you, but you manage to resist.
Is it poison?
You're not really sure what it is, but you definitely are not affected by it. You manage to resist it. And it is going to attempt to bite you with a 12. Just leans in, and you're just kind of holding it back. It is pretty mindless and lethargic, but it's got a noxious smell about it for sure. That will finish the zombie's turn. Caldev will rip with the heavy machine gun. She's going to shoot at these two because they would be nearest to the truck. You guys watch as she a heavy rip of machine gun fire just laces into those two. Ooh. One of them, the head and upper torso words, immediately explodes and it falls to the ground. Dead.
Nice. Woo.
That'll finish.
Dead again.
That'll
Second
finish.
kill of the campaign. Woo.
That'll finish Caldev's turn. I believe Calamex, you are on deck, and then Calamex, you're up. Random, you're on deck.
Okay. Calomax will he looks at the creature in front of him and he goes, "I don't have time for you," and just puts his pistol to its head and fires.
You are proficient with the pistol, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that will be with a normal shot, not disadvantage, because it is point blank.
So that is 16 to hit.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. Uh, 15 points of damage.
Ooh.
You guys watch as Calamex just like with one hand, he's holding it back in the chest, and then you watch the gun come out and you just watch the top of the head explode out backwards, and it crumbles to the ground.
Ew.
Nice.
Gross.
I then use my bonus action and I look at Ward and I go, "Private Ward,
Yes, sir.
your current mission is to protect your squad. Do you understand?"
Yes, sir.
Ward, give me a intelligence save with advantage, please.
8.
8.
I also rolled another nat 1.
Oh my gosh, you're
You rolled
kidding
another
me.
nat 1. I need you to. How many D4? You get another D.
Wait, you
You
I
get
thought you said it was with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
The
sorry.
other one was a 1.
Got you. It was with advantage, so you're good.
Oh, thank
But
God.
your
Not
pupils
good.
are still
Not
blown out. You're still prone and considered to be stunned and unable to do anything during your turn, as you are now completely on the verge of going mad.
Oh my
As
gosh.
favor, can I my demeanor has changed a little bit to obey the orders. And like it's like a little bit defensive. I'm still useless on the floor, but it's like I am taking a more defensive stance while prone.
Yeah, I'd say you're kind of in that shell shock position where artillery rounds are going off around you, and you're prone, but you're in that kind of hunkered down, knee on the ground, kind of covering up and imagining as if you're back in the trenches at this point.
I'm holding onto my blown out gun with like the completely blown out muzzle, and just I'm using it to protect nobody.
Okay, that means you are done as well. McAllen, you are up, and then we'll be at the top of the second round.
Whew.
Okay, so it appears there's 2 zombies kind of like ahead of me eyesight wise. Let's see. I am going to run in front of Random Ward and attack the zombie that is closest to him.
All right, go for it.
I rolled a natural 20.
Nice. Do you have any madness die?
Yeesh.
Do you have
I have 3 madness dice.
Go ahead and roll one of them for me really quick.
That's a 3.
3. In this heroic phase of this reaction, all 3 madness dice are discharged. You automatically can now describe for us how you instantly kill this zombie.
Ooh.
I just pull my fist back and just like blow my fist right through his head.
Yeah,
Ew.
the head peels apart, and it just kind of flays open like flesh and jaw. Teeth kind of come tumbling out. You can see a rotted tongue kind of lolling about, and you just watch as the entire meat bag just drops to the ground.
I turn around and clap.
I clap too in my Shelcock state.
Amazing!
And Brandon's
I've
got
never
like
seen such violence.
I'm drooling. I'm like drooling spittle.
Hello, people. We're surrounded by zombies. This is not the time.
anything else you'd
I
like
turn
to
to
do.
LMX and I
Sir,
say,
yes, sir. Sir,
we
yes,
gotta
sir.
celebrate every victory we get, okay? We could die.
I look
Not
at you and I go,
not the
yeah,
time,
yeah.
sir.
Well, you want to die now because you're not paying attention?
Not
It's a whole
yet.
lot of
Sure.
free actions.
I don't want to die, sir. I don't want to die.
All right, so anything else you want to do, McAllen? That was pretty cool.
So I am going to use a key point to do patient defense.
Okay. You go into a patient defense. Let me mark your character really quick. All right. That will finish your turn. We're at the top of the second round. Kiki, you are up, and then the zombies are on deck. Looking around, there still seems to be 3 off to your left. There's at least 2 behind you, the 2 up on the roof still, obviously. And then there are 2 coming from off to the right behind you, and 1 more coming off to your right as well. There's about 7 or 8 left from what you can see. By the way, all of your passive perception is high enough. You notice that they are wearing kind of like tattered American military clothing.
Oh, shoot.
Oh no,
That's sad.
my brother.
Okay. Is it my turn? Yes?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself and go up the ladder if I can. If I have enough
Okay.
movement.
What's your movement? 30?
Yes. If I can't go up the ladder, as much as I can.
I'll get you to the starting point of the ladder at this point. You could use your action to go all the way up if you wanted to.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Oh, that's right. That's your action. As
Yeah.
a bonus action, go ahead and give me acrobatics.
Ew. 13?
The network attempts to download a hasted effect on you and unfortunately
Oh.
fails, and you're unable to make it up the ladder this turn. That will finish your turn. The zombies
Oh,
will
can
go.
I talk to Ragnar?
Give me a charisma save.
Oh, is this gonna be really simple? 19.
19. You hear Ragnar's voice return in your head. What do you want? You're already doing so many stupid things.
What? What would you do?
And that will finish your descendant conversation. This one is going to move in alongside you.
I'm invisible though.
Yes. Trust me, it senses that you're there. It'll have disadvantage. It'll have disadvantage, don't worry.
Okay.
All right, I think that is all of them. Let me double check. Yep. Well, all of them for now. So this one's going to try to attack you with disadvantage.
Right.
And that is a 8. That will miss. However, since it's near you, I need you to make a con save, please.
Oh, wonderful. 10.
10. The smell of bloated rot and acidity begins to burn your throat and nostrils. Unable to clasp your hand over your mouth and nose, you take 3 points of acid damage. There's an attack coming at you, McAllen. That is going to be
dodge.
You dodge?
Mm-hmm.
That's your reaction?
That was what I used my key point for.
Oh, that's
They
right,
just
because
roll a
patient defense.
They
So
roll a
that will be...
disadvantage.
That's good, because I rolled a 24. The second roll is an 8, and that creature will miss you. That will finish the zombie's turn. I believe Caldev is up, and then Calamax, you are on deck. She is going to let another round of heavy machine gun fire go into these two. She will roll. There are no jams. She hits both of them.
Jeez.
And you watch as machine gun rounds penetrate and blow through them, but they are still on their feet as they continue to move forward. Ricochets going off all around him as well. She's not the most finesse of shooters. Calamax, you are up, and then I'll need another save from Random on deck. So Random, you're on deck. Calamax, you're up. What would you like to do?
I would, where I'm at. There's a zombie right there in front of. Yeah, I'll take aim at that zombie that's in front of Random.
Yeah, Random's on the ground, so you can see right over him. Because Random's
Who's
just
the person?
This is Random right there.
Oh, that's Random.
Yep.
Oh, okay, it's in front of me.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm take a shot in front of that one. No,
Okay.
No, we don't need that. Yeah, we don't need that guy there.
Go for it.
Let's put that. Okay. That is a 23.
23 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
$18 points of damage.
18 points. Quack! You watch as the bullet crashes through collarbone, shoulder, and part of the upper rib cage, blowing back a chunk of meat and bone and shredded military clothing. It's looking rough, but it's still on its feet.
I go, God damn it, why won't this thing just die? Those only 2 shots. I'm fine. I don't have to reload yet.
Okay, anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Finish your turn. Random, give me another intelligence save, please.
Just straight up?
Yep.
13.
13. You are still in the hallucinogenic state. Things are moving and popping off around you. Take another D4 of madness, please. And take another 4 points of psychic damage.
Yikes.
Bull. Can I try to talk to Thomas Crapper?
Give me a charisma save with disadvantage.
5.
5. There's no response from your descendant.
I just say, Thomas, did you like my horse poop joke?
Oh.
Did you like it?
That will bring us to
my
McAllen.
God.
You are up, and then we'll be at the top of the third round.
Ay, ay,
Okay,
ay.
as a free action, I want to shout, "Hey, dummy! We could really use your help right now."
Because you acted with heroics during your previous turn, Random, go ahead and get an extra intelligence save, please.
Oh, wow, wow, wee, wow.
Ooh, 8.
Oh, come on, man. I'm doing so bad today.
Random, because you are now near the edge of insanity, roll one of your madness dice for me, please.
4.
4. You begin to immediately, as a reaction, stand up and run 30 feet in a random direction. Roll another d4 for me, please.
Uh-oh.
3.
3. You stand up, run right past this guy, and
Oh
stop
my gosh.
right in front of these guys.
What?
Does he get attack of opportunity?
He does. That is going to
Ooh.
be a 13.
That just misses.
Okay.
Ooh,
He takes
okay.
you watch as these teeth just
Good.
come at you as
Alright.
you blaze right past them. Standing in front of you are at least anywhere from 12 to 24 enemy soldiers pointing their weapons at you, as far as you can tell.
Say, hey, brothers. Hey, brothers.
All right. Anything else you want to do, McAllen?
So I'm gonna attack this guy right in front of me.
Okay.
Let's see here. That is that's an 18 to hit.
18 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. One in front of you is heavily injured at this point, or damaged at this point. They don't really seem to react to their injuries very much.
That is a 3.
3. What'd you use on it?
Unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike. You just feel your fingers go in and rip out a riblet, and you can see desiccated lung kind of like hang out. It's looking rough, but unfortunately still on its feet.
Let's see. I will do flurry of blows on it.
Go for it.
That's 9 damage.
9 damage. You watch frustrated as McAllen just goes all in with a series of flat and open hand strikes. Fingers go into the rib cages and just spread the ribs, and the creature just comes apart right in front of you, collapsing to the ground.
Ew.
Pew.
You still have your move. Anything else you want to do?
I think I am going to run up behind Random.
Okay, 25 feet right there. That'll finish your turn. Taking us to the top of the third round. Kiki, you are up, and then the zombies are on deck.
If I try to climb up the ladder, would that zombie get attack of opportunity even though I'm invisible?
Yes, but with disadvantage.
Do
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna go up
Do
the
it.
ladder.
Go ahead and give me athletics, please.
Zombie sucks.
Ooh, 12.
12. DC was a 10. Your whole move
Oh.
gets you right to the edge of the roof. Anything else you'd like to do?
They don't react, huh? They're still turning it.
They're still just turning the wheel. They don't seem to care that you're there.
I am going to use Agonazar Scorcher.
Okay.
The hell?
Is that ranged?
It does it's a roaring flame of 30 feet long and 5 feet wide in the direction that I choose, which of course would be, I'll try to get both zombies and the
And the wheel?
wheel. Yeah.
Do it.
Because
Kill
it's
the
5
wheel.
feet wide,
Oh,
5 feet wide and 30 feet forward.
Oh, yeah, you'll definitely get everybody. You're good.
Okay. So they need to make a dexterity saving throw. and if they fail, they take half. And it's 3d8 fire damage.
Okay, so dex save, that is not something they're good at, so it's disadvantage. That is a 9. They fail.
Fail. So they take 3d8 fire damage.
Go for it. You get an extra d4 as well, because they are vulnerable to fire.
Plus 1d4. 19 fire damage.
Nice. You watch as they both immediately kind of go up in flames. You watch as flesh and bone incinerate and begin to fall off. Their clothing begins to fall off. They stay affixed to the wheel. They still continue to ignore you, but they look incredibly rough. You're not even sure how or why they're able to be on their feet. They continue to turn a wheel that is now not turning. The bars they're pushing on are kind of going on their own. The cable and rope system is now incinerated and coming apart. You watch as the wheel stops and all the electrodes begin to dim. You still have your bonus action. Anything you want to do with your bonus action?
Bonus action. I can't move, huh?
You already moved.
No, you already used your movement.
And you used your action?
I'm going to talk to Ragnar. What do you think about that, huh?
Charisma save, please.
Three.
You're doing better. You did a great job killing that wheel.
Finally, some recognition here.
That was not recognition.
That will finish your turn. The zombies are up, and then Kaladov is on deck.
The wheel's important, though.
So, with that, all of you hear Kaladov yell, "Duck," as she strafe fires and does a massive burst into all of the zombies. I need random to make a dex. You auto-fail dex save because you are still considered stunned, as well as incapacitated due to your madness. I need McAllen and Calamex to make dex saves with advantage because you did get warned by Kaladov.
11.
11. That will fail. McAllen, what'd you get?
18.
18, that will succeed. So you will only take half damage if you are hit. She does actually hit McAllen, but misses Calamex. And...
Oh,
she's
She's
going
got
to
the other way around. Wait, McAllen fail or I failed? I know I failed.
Yeah, you failed, but that just meant she had
Missed you.
advantage
But
on
you didn't
you.
get hit.
And she had disadvantage on McAllen, but unfortunately she rolled kind of high for him on both dice. However, she is going to use burst fire, so she gets advantage on the zombies. That is a 22.
yeah.
That means she hits.
Get him.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. 4d6. That is 7, 11, 13. Once again, spray fires into all the zombies. The two that she initially hit before, you watch as they drop to the ground. The others, you watch bullets as they ricochet out and come through. Calamex, you feel one of the bullets kind of smack into you for 7 points of piercing damage. McAllen, you feel 2 bullets, one in your leg, one in your chest, as you take 14 points of piercing damage.
Was it halved?
Yes, halved. Because you did
Okay.
save, but she still hit you.
Okay.
Thought she didn't hit me.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah, me too. What
Yeah.
did I say, McAllen? I rolled a 17 to hit you, but you did save, so that's why it's
Right.
half. You didn't
Yeah.
save, and she hit you, so reverse the damage. I
No,
got
she
the da-
missed.
No,
She
she
missed
she
Calamex.
missed-
Calamex.
Thought-
You said she missed me.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that mixed up then. Only McAllen got hit, and McAllen, you take half damage, even though she hit you.
Did she miss me
Okay.
too?
Random, your auto hit. That's the one I was getting confused by. You take
Yeah.
14 points of piercing damage as well. My bad. I'm still getting used to these augmented mechanics. All right, that will. Well, I got one zombie in base with random. We'll have advantage. That is a 17 on you, random.
That hits.
Take 4 points of piercing damage as the creature bites into your neck. I also need you to make a con save, please.
13.
13 will fail. Take 3 points of acid damage from the bite.
Oh man.
Sorry, it's
Dude,
15.
change your dice. God.
Does 15 change anything?
Yes, that's the DC. So that will save. You do not take any acid damage as the bite is
Oof.
digging into your neck at this point.
Okay, that didn't matter because I'm down anyway.
All right, so you are currently unconscious in front of McAllen. Calamex, there's a zombie behind you attempting to bite you. That will be a 16 plus 3, 19.
Shield.
Shield. The blue bubble goes around you, and the head bounces harmlessly off the blue shield as your reaction. That will finish the zombie's turn. That brings us to... Actually, it was Kaldov's turn. I did that slightly out of order. My bad. She still did the burst fire, though. Calamex, you are up, and then Random, you're on deck.
Creature in front of me. Random ward down in front of me. Okay,
Random ward
um,
is currently about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet from you, down in front of McAllen. Because he had another maddening failure, and he jumped up and sprinted away.
Gotta run. Gotta run.
I'm just gonna shoot this creature.
Go for it.
Shoot it.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Do you have any madness dice?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and either twice the dice or times 2, up to you.
Well, at least it's twice the dice.
Jeez, that's a lot of dice. Calculate.
16 points of damage.
16. You turn and point your gun at it. You watch as the jaw cracks away and just goes missing. You watch as the tongue lolls out. It staggers from the shot, but it's still on its feet.
You.
Didn't I just shoot this thing?
Yeah, basically it has 1 hit point left.
Breathe on it heavy and it'll fall over.
Tell
Don't
it a
have
bad
bonus-
joke.
Don't have bonus actions to kill it.
Hit it with that dad joke.
I
Do
would
it.
love to, but I don't have dad jokes as Calmax. It's not a thing. I mean, it is one hit. So, can I just take my knife out of my my belt loop and just stab it in the face?
Go for it.
Two weapon fighting.
Yeah, go for it.
Dagger. That's a 17.
That'll hit, and you watch as it just drops dead in front of you with only 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do? I think you still have your move.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to dummy.
There. And that will finish your turn. Random, give me another intelligence save, please. Oh, actually, you're unconscious. I'm sorry, you're unconscious. Give me a death save, please.
Death save.
Oof.
Woo!
5.
Oh no.
And you watch as a huge phlegm of blood comes just coughing out of Random's mouth and onto the ground as he slips into unconsciousness, and he's looking quite haggard.
Yikes.
It hurts. It hurts.
This is not good.
All right,
Okay.
I'll finish Random's turn. You no longer
I've
have to
been
worry
through
about
worse.
intelligence saves. McAllen, you are up.
I can't talk to Thomas while I'm unconscious, right?
Correct.
So I'm going
Well,
to.
you can
step to the
eventually. You're just
side
not in tune enough yet. You're not high enough level.
Yeah. I'm gonna step to the side of Random and attack the zombie.
Okay, go for it.
Let's see. That is a 15 to hit.
15 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
That is 6 damage.
6 damage. It had taken some machine gun fire damage. You strike into its sternum. You feel the ribcage crack and kind of partially fall away. Insides of its intestines and its lungs and organs begin to slightly spill out around its feet. A noxious fume kind of permeates out in your direction as the acidity just kind of begins to swirl nearby, but it's still just barely on its feet. It's looking pretty rough.
God damn it.
Ew.
Let's see here. Would I be able to do sneak attack?
Unfortunately, Random is unconscious, so that would not be considered an ally and adjacent to you.
Oh, Calimax isn't close enough?
He's not in base with the creature, no.
No, because he's 10 feet away. It has to be within 5
Ah.
feet.
Yep.
Okay. Then I will use my last key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Go for it.
Oh.
That's 8 damage.
Did you hit it first?
Well, Flurry of Blows
You still have to roll to
is
hit.
You have to attack.
it's supposed to be an attachment onto the attack, I believe.
Oh, it's an attachment, but it's like an extra attack.
Yeah, it's like an extra attack. You still have to roll to
You
hit.
do two attacks for your bonus attack.
No, that misses.
Okay, you frustrated with the creature, you begin to do a flurry of blows and do it like before, but you kind of trip on Random's unconscious form, and your strike's going right past the creature.
You did
Wait.
2, right?
Yeah, you get 2, not just 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two attacks.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Two
so.
separate
Well,
ones.
that's what using the key does. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
just get 1 normal attack.
The
bonus
second
attack.
one's a 15.
That'll just barely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Ooh, that's 6.
Yeah, you watch as it comes apart in front of you, collapsing to the ground.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That will finish your turn. That will take it. Although you still have your move, technically, because now nothing's in base with you. Do you want to move at all?
I think I'm gonna stay where I am, and I just shout at Random, and I say, "Dummy, this is dire. We need all the help we can get."
Is he unconscious? He's not going to hear this.
He might.
He's very much unconscious, and heavy amounts of blood are pouring from his wounds.
I'm not the doctor. Not my problem.
So that will take us to the top of the 4th round. Kiki, You are up, and then the zombies are on deck. What are you doing?
So the wheel stopped turning, and the zombie is just still trying to turn it.
They're still turning the handles. The wheel's just not turning.
Okay,
And
and
the electrodes are beginning to dim. What's your
in that
passive
last-
perception?
13.
13. You watch as, now that the wheel's not running, there's points within the piping all around that begin to... You watch as jets of steam begin to come out of it, and there's a low rumbling sound coming from within the building that you're standing on top of.
I'm gonna get off the building.
Okay, go ahead and give me athletics as you make your way down.
15.
15. I know, like, whoop. You managed to make your way down to the base of the ladder. To have your bonus action and your action left. And from your point of view, this is what you can see.
Okay.
Other than that, in the background, over by the other building, you can see Caldov is still up in the cupola of the truck, firing the heavy machine gun. Currently, she's bringing back the handle, clearing another round of ammunition to go into it.
I'm going to... I cannot move anymore. I just have bonus action and action.
Correct.
Okay, then I'm going to firebolt the... him.
Go for it.
Yeah. Or her, but probably him. Ooh, 26.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage with an extra d4 because it is vulnerable to flame.
12. 12 fire damage.
Well, fire damage. You watch as the firebolt slams into it. Part of its jaw cracks away. One of the arms drops from the body, already heavily
Ooh.
damaged from machine gun fire. You watch as it crumples to the ground.
Ooh.
Nice.
Pew pew pew.
And that will finish your turn. It's going to be the zombies' turn, which I think we are down to just the two. They will
Aw.
continue to move in this direction. I believe there's just the two left. That will finish their move, as the lair is not active yet because the wheel just stopped turning. That will bring us to Caldov and Calamex. Caldov rolls a natural 1 and jams the machine gun. That'll finish her turn. Calamex, you are up, and then random, I'll need a second death save from you on deck.
Oh yeah, Pepe.
Calamex, you are up.
I look down at random, and I go, I can't let you die, even though I don't like you. He then goes down, and you guys see he takes out. He doesn't take out anything. He uses his pinky to start cutting into his hand, and you see he writes some sort of arcane sigil in his hand out of blood, and drips it into his mouth, and you regain 15 hit points.
Ooh.
Also, any ailments that you are suffering are negated.
So, random. Your eyes open up. You're slick with your own blood. You're not sure how you got this way. You have no memory of anything that's going on. All you can see is eviscerated, destroyed, corpse-like forms all around you on the ground. Two staggering zombie creatures approaching you and McAllen. You just look up to see Calamex hovering over you. It seemed to brought you back from either your madness or death, You're not entirely sure.
Look at him and then say, Random, I need you to do your job. You need to protect everybody here. That's your job. I need you to do it. Let's go. Get up.
That's a pretty inspirational speech. Give me, you want to do intimidation or inspiration? It's totally up to you, Calamex. Because he is soldierly and might respond better to intimidation than inspiration or persuasion.
I mean,
It's up to you.
it's both zeros, so either way.
Okay.
I'll just roll.
Go for it.
Solid. 17.
17.
Hey.
A little bit of that Master Sergeant's voice kind of emanates out of Calamex's mind. How many D4 do you have currently, Random?
3.
3? Go ahead and discard one of them.
Woo!
As you feel motivated and ready to get some fucking shit done work. The idea of doing some wet work sounds really cool right now.
I say, it's my turn?
It's your turn. Calamex,
get up.
Calamex, that was your action. You still have your move and your bonus action. Anything else you want to do?
Bonus action. I'm going to go. By the way, I need to check this. And I open up where his wound is in
Okay.
his arm.
Okay.
And I go, I should pack that. And he takes out this molding clay, and he just shoves it in in the hole. I cast healing word on it.
Oh.
So that's 6 points of healing.
You get 6 more points of healing back.
Oh gosh.
And I go, don't touch that until I get a chance to work on you. And I stand up.
Oh. All right.
All right, so
Get up.
Random, you are up and McAllen is on deck. Currently, there are 2 creatures staggering towards you. You are no longer stunned or incapacitated. You're no longer on the edge of madness. And with that inspirational speech and a little bit of healing that you got from Calamex, you're kind of digging deep and you feel a little bit inspired as you also gain a D6 of inspiration from Calamex recovering you.
Yay!
Ooh. I get up. I acknowledge the orders. I say yes, sir. But I'm extremely mad, and so I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get up off from prone position. I'm gonna reach inside and get my 2 bayonets, and I'm gonna just look at these ghoulish looking zombies and head over and attack.
Go for it.
With reckless intent. Beautiful. And I attack maybe too recklessly. Oh, I'm gonna add this D6. Okay. I get like 17.
17 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Don't forget to add your rage bonuses.
Bayonet, and I'm attacking. I attack with with advantage, so I get sneak attack.
Woohoo!
Yep.
$12 points of damage.
Nice. This one, neither of these are that heavily injured from the machine gun fire before it jammed. So you kind of slash into it and open up a huge wound, tearing out kind of like half-rotted organs at the same time. It's still on its feet.
And I'm done.
Okay.
Can I try to talk to Thomas? Or is that like a bonus?
That would be more of a bonus action or action
Okay,
to be able to do that. Or a reaction during your turn.
Okay.
That will finish your turn. McAllen, you are up, and then we'll be at the top of the 5th round.
Okay. I am going to reach into my pocket and pull out my pistol and take aim at the zombie closest to me.
Go for it. Ooh, that's glitchy. I gotta report that bug.
Report it.
Yeah.
Report the bug.
Well, yeah,
That's
how,
a 21 to hit.
Record it.
21 will
Mark.
definitely hit.
Good hit.
Jeez.
And that is 8 damage.
8 damage. You gun goes off. Your snub-nosed revolver taking part of the face of the creature nearest from you, which was barely holding itself together as the bayonet comes out at the same time as you shoot it, and you both watch the creature just collapse to the ground.
Woohoo! Awesome.
Anything else you want to do, McCallum?
I think for now I'm just gonna hunker down right where I am.
Okay, fair enough. Kiki, top of the 5th round, you are up, and then the remaining zombie is on deck.
Do I still hear that? Because I heard strange noises from beneath the building. Like,
Yeah, you can still hear a rumbling sound, and you're even
Type
beginning to feel
stuff.
the ground kind of shake underneath your feet.
Okay, so I'm going to, as I run towards the green zombie, I'm gonna yell at my friends and say, I have a feeling the building might explode. Do you hear that?
I'll say all of you begin to notice that there's great fissures of steam ejecting from the piping, and you can feel a slight tremor and rumbling sound nearby.
Yeah, so I think after we hit this guy, we should get out of proximity of that building.
That's a lot of free action communication there, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, you talk so fast.
Yeah, talk so fast.
I just woke up. I can't process that.
And Random's currently in a rage as well. So
Do I have enough movement to run further? Or no?
yeah, if you want, you can actually get to right about here if you want.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then
Okay.
I'm gonna cast a firebolt on the zombie.
Go for it.
I don't think it hits. 11.
11. That will not hit.
Damn it.
And at the end of Kiki's turn, Kiki, you hear a voice in your head. It's the network. And the network goes, we've examined the energy field around Thinville, Mistress. It would seem that there's a strange vortex-like energy that is being maintained and controlled by both the energy diodes as well as the free-spinning gear work that is on top of the building. Oh, wait a minute. What have you... And then there's a massive explosion. The door... Oh, come on, door. Why are you not... Oh, because...
Come on, Dar.
Come on, door.
Work with us, door. Work with this door.
You watch as the door bursts. There's a jet of energy and steam that comes out of the doorway. You also see...
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, what are those guys? Oh boy. Ew.
No!
Oh. Oh. Oh, it got bigger.
You watch as a massive tentacle just comes flailing out, and random as you see this tentacle nearby, it reminds you of one that you remember seeing on the front line, but in your rage, you don't really focus on it. Had you not been raging, you might have had to take another madness check, but for some reason, you decide to ignore it.
Ugh.
This zombie will stumble into random and try to bite.
Dead. I'm dead.
I rolled
You
a
have 21 hit
3
points.
and a 1.
Nice.
As it runs into you, your rage, your rage tornado that's going on, it cannot manage to bite you. The tentacle is now sticking out of the building and comes jetting out towards you, Kiki. That is a 29 to hit.
Oh, no shit.
Mama.
No matter what I do, though. I'm
You take 21 points of bludgeoning damage. I need you to make a strength
bad.
save, please.
Oh no, I'm almost down. Oh, let's see. Well, 13.
13 will fail. You are knocked 30 feet back in this direction.
Ugh.
You are also knocked prone onto the ground. You take 3 points of falling damage.
Down.
An unconscious form spills across the ground right next to you, Calamex, as Kiki just
no.
falls unconscious on the ground. All of you watch as this
not
massive
good.
tentacle is now swirling through the doorway. Does not seem to have the ability to move outside of it at this point. It's just kind of there, and this massive tentacle swirling around. You can feel this kind of like psychic energy emanating from the door that's now been blasted open. That will finish the bad guy's turn.
I don't know what's inside.
Kaladev will spend her turn fixing the machine gun. Calamex, you are up, and then Random, you're on deck.
I see that big ass tentacle and I go, no. And I I look at my pistol and I touch the runes and 4 of them ignite. And he just shakes his head and goes, no. And ignites all 6 and points it at the creature.
Do it. Kill bastard.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
How many natural
So-
20s did you roll? I guess
So-
to make up for Richard's horrible rolls.
You're
Yeah.
currently in what we call a heroic action situation. If you had
Taking on my
any
rolls,
madness
bro.
dice, this would have helped you even more. However, you're currently confronted by something that's capable of causing madness just through its physical appearance. So, describe for me overall what you're attempting to accomplish.
Currently, I'm shooting a 3rd level guiding bolt at it
Okay.
through my pistol.
Okay. As this heroic action takes hold on you, knowing that this thing could quite possibly kill you and your friends, you dig deep into your understanding of the spell and you cast it at 6th level. Although you're not quite
What?
sure what it means, you feel the need is required to do this.
4. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3.
Roll all
4,
the
5,
dice.
6. It's 10d6.
Okay?
Doubled, right?
10d6
20d6.
times 2, correct.
Times 2. Okay.
Correct.
Roll 20d6. Roll all 20 of them. One at a
my
time.
God.
One at a time.
One at a time? Roll 20 times. Have a
Okay.
calculator handy.
I do. I had just pulled it up.
Oh, he really is doing it one at a time. Do it. Do it. Do it. I love the juice.
Do it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dang. Hey, Colin, do you know the last
24,
the last fight I had as a PC?
30, 32,
Trying to remember.
It was against Strahd.
34,
Yeah, I
38.
remember.
And then I was
39,
I think I was disabled the whole fight.
42. Multiply.
It's just
That's
your fate,
40,
right?
Very
That's
reminiscent.
40. Oh no, 84 points of radiant damage.
Now,
Radiant
you guys
damage.
watch as Calamax's eyes blacken. Just for a moment, the pallor of his flesh dims, and he's covered in silver and metallic scales. And as his flesh dims and kind of melts away for a moment as he reaches deep into psychic energy he's never had to mess with before, there's just this chaotic kind of dragon roar that emanates from his chest. And he holds out his pistol in his hand, and you watch as this beam of light just crashes right into the tentacle. The tentacle shears in half at the base. It just lies there harmlessly for a minute, and then there's this, or for a second, and then there's this kind of like cacophony of voices and screams that emanate out as this psychic blast from the destruction of the tentacle just emanates through the town. I need everybody to make intelligence saves, please. Kiki, you are unconscious. You auto-fail. You take 2 death save failures straight off the bat. As you are and you take 4 d4s of madness.
4D. Oh my goodness.
What
This is
happens if
very-
you get a 10?
You fail as well, but you only take 1 d4 of madness, so you take a d4 of madness.
This is so bad.
I think I still have more bad d4s than Kiki does.
Probably.
Alex got a 16.
16, that will just barely save.
I rolled an 18.
That will save as well.
Jeez.
Neither of you take any
These
madness
smart
damage.
boys.
However, McCallan, you take 8 points of psychic damage, halved to 4, because I rolled really shitty. And Calamex, you take 8 points of psychic damage, halved to 4.
Wait, how much does McCallan take? I
8.
think that was meant for
4.
me, yeah?
4.
8, but
8
halved.
halved.
You failed random, so you take 8 points of psychic damage. Did you take
So-
Did you take Totem of the Bear by chance?
No.
Okay, so you'll take the full because you're not resistant to that while raging. So you take 8 points of psychic. And the desiccated, just brutally flayed out tentacle is writhing on the ground in front of the blown out open doorway.
I will then use. Did that take my full action for that?
Yes, it did. You still have your
Okay.
bonus action and your move.
Okay. So, bonus action. I will look down at Kiki and go, "Yeah, like, what's up with you people? I can't have you dying." And he puts his hand on her chest, and I cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. Brings you, I believe that
It
keeps her from...
stabilizes her.
Yes,
It just
so...
stabilizes her.
So you're still unconscious, Kiki, but you considered to be successfully passing your death saves. So you're no longer needing to make death saves, but you're still unconscious.
I'm going to then, instead of moving, I'm going to put myself over her body like a protective stance. Like, so if anybody would try to hit her while she's down on the ground, I would take the hit instead.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. That will finish your turn, Calamex. Random, you are up, and then McCallan, you're on deck.
Go. Let's go. Huge tentacle is down.
It is down and
I,
writhing and just spilling out psychic energy from the doorway.
I look at it. I turn back to the guy who did it. I say, "Dang, I want that gun." And then I give him a little. I give him a little salute. And then I'm gonna go and do my job and kill this zombie.
Go ham.
I'm gonna attack recklessly. I got 21.
21 will hit.
Boop boop. Let's see. I'm gonna do a frenzied attack.
Go for
Or
it.
can I? I'm gonna roll both.
Okay.
Oh, I miss it. All right, so I'm gonna roll damage. That's 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. You watch as it collapses to the ground. Dead. Ripping through its collarbone, its neck, you just flay the thing wide open, and guts, organs, bones, skin just collapses to the ground. There does not seem to be any more zombies around. Just the psychic energy animating from the blown out doorway and a steady rumble, and the pipes around you, huge gouts of steam begin to fracture out of the metal pipes. You guys hear a screeching noise as Caldev comes racing up with the truck and parks it right alongside you. We are currently out of initiative. What would you guys like to do?
I pick up
Run
Kiki
into the truck.
and run into the truck.
Do we have any bombs in the thing? In the armory?
Give me investigation. Check the locker. Caldev is yelling and screaming for everyone to get in. She is behind the wheel currently. Kiki and Calmex, you quickly get the unconscious form of Kiki into the truck to make sure you don't flub it. Give me an athletic check, please.
Oh, that's a 23.
Yeah, you bringing her like firemen carrying her into the truck. You bring her in quickly. McAllen, what are you doing?
I'm going to grab Random and hurry into the truck as well.
I should already be in the truck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure he's extra in the truck.
And as you shove Random into the truck, Random, you begin to search throughout the armory lockers. Meanwhile, the inside is just littered with brass casings from the heavy machine gun. It smells like cordite in the truck right now. Random, what'd you get for your investigation?
Nat 19.
Nat
My
19.
rolls are coming back, guys.
There is a
My
foot
rolls
locker
are back.
near the base of the backside of the interior of the truck that has high explosives labeled on it.
I'm gonna also make sure the doors are sealed tight.
Sealing the
Can
doors.
Can I toss a ton of bombs into the building? Or the hole? Either one is
It's
fine
up
with
to
me.
you. Are you opening up the foot locker?
Yeah.
There's at least 50 sticks of dynamite in the locker.
I say that looks like it should work. I'm gonna get the whole box and just dump it in. I'm gonna light one and dump it in.
No, wait. No, I stop him. I go, wait. Just one. Just one. Just one. Trust me.
As
just
the
one.
fuse is burning on
Alright.
it.
Throw
Alright.
it outside of the truck. Go.
I'll
Caldo, drive.
lift up the shutter for him. I say throw.
I light my cigarette and I use the cigarette to light the thing. I just toss it in.
Caldo,
Yeah.
drive. Drive.
Calder's like screeching. The truck pivots around, tearing out of the main street that you're currently on. You guys watch as the buildings go by you. You can just hear the motor over revving. You see the crystalline structure go from white, blue, green to red as the truck is full speed at like 50 miles per hour tearing out. It's also at this point you begin to watch as the rest of the doorways begin to spill open and zombie-like creatures come staggering out as well. You hear a loud kind of as Caldev slams into a half a dozen zombies spilling out of one of the buildings, body parts pelting off, and then behind you, an explosion goes off. You watch as the building nearest where Random threw that stick of dynamite just, and as it does, all of you, well, how many of you are looking in the direction of the explosion?
I'm unconscious.
Yeah, Kiki,
I
you're
want to say
unconscious.
that I want to say
Calvin's
that
looking straight ahead driving, so she's not even paying attention. She just hears it. That just makes her want to go faster.
I probably would have tried to slam the shutter closed as fast as I could after the dynamite was thrown out.
There's a flash. You close the shutter. Calamex,
I'm looking out the window.
over like Caldov's shoulder as she's driving.
No, at the explosion.
So you
Yeah,
and
I wanna look
Random
back too.
turning back to see it. You just watch as the dynamite, the building collapses in, and then you watch as this monstrosity begins to pull itself out.
What?
As a dozen more tentacles begin to help this creature pull itself out of this psychic-like vortex. It's now spilling out of control. And you're watching as the town is being slowly consumed by this energy. You see this 5-story high visage of some kind of octopus looking like creature, beard like tentacles coming off of it. Its entire attention turns towards the fleeing vehicle. And you just watch as it lifts itself out of the collapsing vortex, takes one giant step in your direction. The ground fractures right up to the rear of the truck. The truck screeches left, right, going in different directions. The energy of the vortex trying to capture the truck, but Caldove keeps rolling really high on her performance in sleight of hand. I already pre-rolled for her checks. She's like, I don't really understand how random does this. And then you watch she plows through another group of zombies. Meanwhile, off in the distance, as you now manage to maintain some speed ahead of it, it seems to lose interest in all of you. Its form looks about, begins to shift and move off in another direction. But for those of you still looking out the window, you watch in the very far distance as a string of artillery fire as the entire U.S. and Mexican front just erupts in artillery explosion. And you can see just flights and flights of both German and Mexican airplanes and dirigibles beginning to filter into this area. You could also see way off in the distance, very tiny like machines moving in this direction. You can even see one particular machine that is trotting very fast, about 20 feet in height, metallic like leggings pushing it forward as the entire front of this area has been breached and ripped apart. You watch as this creature lumbers off in the direction of the front lines. You watch as a massive tentacle comes down, scoops friend and foe up at the same time, disappears into the energy of this creature as everything behind you is just exploded into chaos. And Caldove's like looking over his shoulder. Is everything okay?
It's fine. It's fine.
Truck is just driving. Going and going and going. Meanwhile, now you're watching as other armed forces are appearing. More biplanes and other floating dirigibles from the reinforcement groups that are making their way in this direction. Everything behind you is in chaos. Kiki, you're still unconscious. All of you watch as Kiki's form goes like that. As the network downloaded a program into her immediately. Kiki, you have 1 hit point.
Cool.
And all you can hear is the network in your head yelling and screaming at you to get the fuck out of there. Mistress, you and your friends must leave now. We are registering a 10.0 energy force building up in that area. We expect a massive explode. There's a light that is emanating, this force bubble. Out and out. You can see the energy and the fire coming right. And you watch as Calda kind of, what is that? And she looks in her rearview mirror as this force energy bubble is crashing directly towards you. Everything vaporizing instantly nearby. And that's where we're going to finish tonight, folks, because I got to leave a little bit early. I can't believe you turned off that wheel without seeing what it was first. That was brilliant. I love it.
Well, I mean, like, we kept having mental shit.
I was aligned with that move.
Yeah, I was like, we have to.
I was gonna shoot the zombies if I didn't go crazy.
Yeah.
If I didn't go crazy that whole fight, I was gonna shoot the zombies.
I think Calivex is doing calculations right now. How many hit points do we all have? Will the metal truck survive? Is there a secret red button on the truck that we could just press and get the fuck out of here?
Teleportation.
Oh, I can't tell if McKellen is frozen or unconscious. He finally turned his head.
I'm like 90% sure that we just made Cthulhu come out of the ground.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, hey, everybody, thank you. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. We will be back here Friday for Age of Arcanum from 7 to 10, and then Sunday, Debtor's Gambit. We might pop up to do some map building from time to time. We're kind of July's a bit of a break for us, so we don't have that much going on other than our regular shows. But hey, everything you need to know about us is down below. Come join our Discord. Win some free dice. Win some free miniatures. Because it's 9:30, hang out with me for a bit. I'm going to double check and see if there's anybody on right now that we can raid. Because raiding is fun, and we enjoy helping out our fellow creators. I've got a pretty long list of stuff that I like to watch, but I know it's kind of late. Oh, Nick the Tiefling is on, playing Apex Legends. Oh, I love that game. Scabby Rooster is playing Warhammer. Everybody knows playing D&D right now. What the heck? None of my D&D channels are on right now, but I guess technically we're not D&D right now, are we? Are we? Are we, Enigma? Are we considered D&D right now? Although I think we're tabletop RPG right now, is what I kind of lined us up as. Let me see here.
My brain is turned off. I'm sorry. I cannot hear you.
Well, I am a Warhammer fan, and I love Scabby Rooster. He's a really cool, fun creator. Let's bounce in there and say hi, see how he's doing. So give me 1 second, folks, as I do our raid. We are going to be raiding some Scabby and saying hi to them. Otherwise, stay safe, be kind, play a game. We'll see you guys next time. We'll be here same time next week. Bye, everybody.